As the saying goes, knowledge is power. However, we can't take it for granted that we always manage to find our way around the mass of technical information available in Norsk Data in general and customer support in particular. We are constantly on the lookout for more effective ways of finding the information we need in our day-to-day work. Technical Information Group is one of the groups which make up Corporate Technical Support, which in turn is part of Corporate Customer Support. Our main task is to provide up-to-date information to both service and support, as well as to customers. Technical Information Group is always trying to profit from the experiences of those who use the information we distribute. So it's nice to see so many people contribute to updating and developing this information. Some people know a little about a lot. Some people know a lot about a little. But nobody knows everything about everything. As the saying goes, knowledge is power. For this reason, it would be useful to have an overall picture of the information channels available. A great deal of the information contained in our various publications is also to be found in the Tech Information Library. Here you will find a complete collection of all the information brought into the system. As you know, you can find a Tech Info Library in each independent service centre. Your comments, tips and information will also find their place here. The Tech Info Library has an index to help you find the information you're looking for. For software products, there is a separate index volume. For hardware products, there is a list of references in the first volume of each product section. The Tech Info Library also contains manuals for peripheral equipment. The Tech Info Library is the final destination for the publications we distribute. In this way, the information is accumulated in one place, making it constantly available for everyone. The information contained in the library is updated weekly through the Technical Information Bulletin. The Technical Information Bulletin is a weekly publication which updates the Technical Information Library. The bulletin contains logic diagrams, lists of external cables, software system reports, and tech tips. Engineering change orders, ECOs, for both ND and non-ND equipment, and manuals for peripheral equipment are also an important part of the bulletin. It's worth noting that customer support information is also included every month. In addition, the bulletin may contain information requiring rapid distribution. Okay, that sounds like the kind of information we send out as a tech info. Why don't you send it over, and I'll make sure it goes in next week's bulletin. Okay? Fine. This is called a tech info. Infos contain important information of a short-lived kind. If the information becomes of more permanent interest, it will later be distributed through one of the publications archived in the Technical Information Library. A tech info will always be addressed to someone, either all or groups of service personnel who have an interest in the subject. It's therefore essential that the person responsible for archiving the bulletin makes sure that the infos are copied to those who should receive them. The tech info is a way of communicating with colleagues in the rest of customer support. The Technical Information Bulletin is printed every Friday, so the news is never more than 1 week old. In fact, to avoid possible delays, it's sometimes sent air freight. The secretaries in corporate technical support are responsible for the mailing list for the bulletin. One of the sources for this weekly bulletin is the Support Information System database, SIS. The information in the SIS database is presented in the form of Software System Reports, SSRs. These are official reports containing the solutions to problems or giving general information. The great advantage with SIS is that you have immediate access to the very latest information. So if you need to find out the most up-to-date status of a software product, look in the SIS database first. It doesn't matter if you haven't been defined as a user in the SIS database, as everyone has read access to official reports. The SIS database is located at Skullerud and is accessed over the DataNet. It must be said that access times will vary from country to country according to the amount of traffic on the network. If you cannot connect to the database, contact your local system supervisor. To enter the SIS database, just type SIS after the Cintran command sign. The first thing you'll see is a screen picture with messages. These messages are updated periodically, so it's a good idea to keep an eye on them from time to time. At the bottom, there's an area for your initials. If you've not been defined as a user in the SIS database, just press Carriage Return. From now on, you can use the Help function to call up reports and move from one product to another. If you want a hard copy of a report, you can write it to a file in your own user area, or you can print it out direct. The Service Handbook is really your portable tech info library. In it you'll find information about Norsk Data products and peripheral equipment. The Service Handbook is made up of 4 volumes and is updated 6 times a year. You may have to replace either complete chapters or just chapter subsections. If you always make sure your Service Handbook is updated, you will have an important and useful field reference guide. The Service Handbook is designed to be used by field service personnel and people working in systems integration. The Service Handbook contains some information not found anywhere else, for example, switch settings. You will also find information, modification and error reports on Syntran, as well as patch file information. Chapter 9 in the first volume contains a detailed description of the various publications from the Technical Information Group. If you don't know where to turn for information, you will find a clear outline of the possibilities there. Your local service secretary will help you get your name on the mailing list. Customer Support Information, CSI, contains technical information for customers. Every Norsk Data customer, no matter where in the world he is, should get a copy of CSI. If your customers do not receive it or have problems with distribution, please contact the Publications Office at the Graphic Centre here at Skullerud. The information in CSI is distributed parallel to the internal publications we've mentioned earlier. Although this publication is aimed primarily at customers, it can also be useful for Norsk Data people too, not least because of the up-to-date manuals list it contains. There's also a Tech Hints section, which is dependent on contributions from you in field service. Customer Support Information has an index which accumulates throughout the year. The index is sorted alphabetically according to product name and contains a brief summary of each report as well as the month it was published. So you can use the index to find if there's been a report containing the solution to your problem. The Tech Hints section of Customer Support Information is a useful way of informing your customers of simple procedures they can use themselves to keep their systems running smoothly. You, in the service department, know best what problems customers frequently have, what they can do to solve them, or even avoid them in the first place. We need your ideas and hints in both the hardware and software areas. Tech Hints is a permanent part of CSI, going out every month, so just send in any ideas you may have, and we'll publish them as soon as we've room. Take a look at CSI to find some examples of information included in the Tech Hints section. Video is also a channel for information. We will eventually build up a video library of information on new and old products. Video is, of course, a visual medium, and the information we present will exploit this quality. We will be giving a technical introduction to products, explaining new concepts, and giving some simple maintenance hints. Our aim is that no engineer should be in the position that he's at a customer's site and doesn't know how to get the covers off a new machine. On the other hand, we have no ambitions to replace training courses with our videos. If you need to know more about a product, go on a course. The video cassettes, which use the VHS PAL format, are distributed through the product coordinators in each country. The cassettes are also available from the central stores at Skillerud. Information means exchange of experiences, and your knowledge and experience are an important part of the resources we all benefit from. It's vital for us all to use the information channels available. For us, so we can reach you, and for you to give us the necessary feedback so we can ensure that the right information gets to the right people at the right time. Two examples of this are the questionnaire which came with this video, fill it in and send it back to us, and take hints in customer support information, which I mentioned earlier. Remember, through TechInfo Group's publications, you have the chance to share your knowledge with service and support personnel throughout the company worldwide.